What's happening? You tuned in with Mac, and this episode is brought to you by Amazon Prime. Make sure you hit the link in the description so you can get that free 30-day trial, okay? Now, another thing, things like this SM58 right here, you're gonna need to know how to rock that mic. So it's also gonna be links in the description for things like this right here and other things as well that you see, right? So, episode 5. The process of crafting and creating lines, right? So this is gonna be an ongoing thing before we dive into what's actually taking place. From here on out, I'm gonna give y'all this more so like the workout area. You know what I'm saying? Like where we hitting that speed bag. Like you hit the speed bag like that. So I wanna create some lines and I wanna watch y'all go through the motions with me. Excuse the handwriting here. This is me fresh out the gate, my rap style. So let me give y'all a pointer before we dive further into this. My rap style and things that I would talk about is pretty much, I love telling men how to avoid these no good women. That's the more mature way of getting my point across there, okay? So that will be my rap style. In this first line I say, he cuffed a thought, he thought his life was where it's supposed to be, right? So fresh out the gate, what I did was I took this supposed to be. So I'm utilizing the vowels here. I got that long O and I got that long E. I'm utilizing those two. And what I'm doing with these two, I want to play around with them a little bit just because that's how I am. So I take supposed to be and then I spice it up a little bit. Now, you got rappers who will do many different things in this situation. They would take these two vowels and then they give you a line, and at the end of the line they're gonna line both of those. That's cool, there's nothing wrong with that. With me, I wanna turn it up a notch. So if I take supposed to be, well, what would rhyme with that? Let me guess, supposedly. So supposedly, so the reason I want to spice this up is because I established my rhyming pattern with this right here, supposed to be. And I say supposedly, beat this out. These gonna snake whoever close to weak. The reason I'm doing that is because I want to play around with the O and the E. Not only am I playing around with it in the same format that I delivered it in the first line, but I use these garden tools, 304, however you want to put it. I use these right here, close to weak, supposedly. So now I'm just having fun. Now, on this third line, I'm gonna spice it up a little bit. So I'm gonna keep this same rhyming pattern going, of course, but then I wanna add a hook. So I got these first two lines knocked out, and at the end, of course, the close to weak, supposed to be, supposedly, all that stuff, right? But I'm not smashing it together. Please put that note down. I'm not smashing all of these words and rhymes together. Don't do that. What I did here was, I still kept the rhyming pattern going, but at the end, I hooked it, okay? And I'm gonna explain what I did when I say I hooked it. He cuffed the thought, he thought his life was where it's supposed to be. Supposedly, these gonna snake whoever close to weak. You supposed to peep the foes and leeches, bro, it's open season. So this right here, that's the new guy. He new to the classroom, he new to the school or whatever. He might take all the girls, you never know. A couple of the real ones know. Y'all know how that go. You know, no dude come in and take all the girls at the schoolhouse. You know, don't worry about it. Anyway, so what we did was we hooked it at the end. And the reason I hooked it at the third line was because those first two, well, I just like the way it sounded. I hooked it, but I'm still keeping that O and that E. I'm playing around with that O and that E. But on that fourth line, that's when you want to land that, you know, I'm throwing a couple jabs, I'm throwing a couple hooks, or this fourth line, we got to lay him down. We got to punch him out, all right? He cuffed the thought. He thought his life was where it's supposed to be. That's the jab. Supposedly, he's gonna snake whoever close to weak. That's the straight, okay? You supposed to peep the foes and leeches, bro. It's open season. That's the hook. That's the hook with the lead foot. I don't wanna follow up with no right. I wanna follow up with that overhand right. So, I'm gonna try something real quick. Okay, so I think this that overhand right, just off my opinion. I'm from a place where fives is odd. That's how the foes get even. So I personally feel If you start off, and we're talking about a 4-bar sequence, if you start off with that jab to set up the rest of what you want to get out to the people, right? Then you want to follow up with that straight. Then you gotta follow up with that hook. But this last line gotta be hard. That fourth line, you can't be playing around. That's pretty much your window to hook somebody who's new to whatever you presenting to the people. So you have to, look, man, you gotta throw that overhand right. Hit them with everything you got. Another thing, I'm gonna break down the whole I'm gonna play lyrical genius. I'm gonna break down the whole concept as well. 4-bar sequence, all right? 1, 2, 3. So when we're talking about a 4-bar sequence, pretty please make sure that last line is some fire. You can't play around with that. I want to give a couple pointers here, and I'm gonna break down what I'm talking about. So, like I said, I love informing the male community about the female species, right? I like to tell men to look out for the no good women. Get you 2 women who love you and get out the game. All right? I was just playing. Let's dive into the details and the explanation behind things. He cuffed a thought. He thought his life was where it's supposed to be. So he thought he was established. He wasn't. Supposedly he's gonna snake whoever close to weak. Y'all know who I'm talking about. If you show any sign of weakness to a woman, she gonna get on you. She gonna get on you. I'm talking about the slick ones. I ain't talking about the real women. I'm talking about the slick ones, the ones who, you know, the city girls, the Caricias, I think that's her name. You gotta look out for them. You feel me? You supposed to peep the foes and leeches, bro. It's open season. It's self-explanatory. You supposed to see from a distance. You gotta keep your eyes open. Head on the swivel. You gotta know who really 100 around you and things of that sort. That's pretty much what I'm saying right there. I'm from a place where 5s is odd. That's how the foes get even. That's a little bit of a double entendre, right? I got in my bag for that one. I ain't gonna fake. Something that really helped me develop this 4-bar sequence is the slang. Slang. Write the word slang down. If you want to craft you a verse to the best of your ability, you have to rely on slang more than anything, based on wherever you come from, because that's how you take over the home turf first. You have to lay that slang down on wax. So I'm gonna go ahead and circle the slang for those of y'all who ain't hip to the concept, right? Cuff, thigh. Oh man, that shouldn't even be in the same sentence. You supposed to peep. I'm from a place where 5s is odd. That's how the foes get even. 1, 2, 3 slang words, and that helped me get through this whole 4-bar sequence, okay? I want to break down this line for those of y'all who want to keep playing like y'all don't understand what I'm talking about, okay? 5s. So when we talk about 5s, that's considered dap. So if somebody's dap is odd, you be like, I don't like the way he shook my hand. When you shake a man's hand, you look him in his eyes. That's for 1. 2, you never dap anybody up with the left hand, ever. I don't even know why would you reach out with your left hand to give somebody dap? That don't make sense. 5, that's an odd number. That's how the foes get even. I like to pronounce the number 4 as foe. And 4 is an even number. Foes and foe, it goes together well. And the people who talk like me gonna understand, all right? Key things, okay, that I want y'all to get from that 4-bar sequence. Slang, rhyming, association. 3 things: slang, rhyming, and association. Slang is gonna set you free. Please be comfortable enough to use it, especially if you're from one of them cities where everybody just love using slang. Come on, man, hook everybody in. Use that. People love when you use slang in your verses. They want to hear rap like that. So please do that. Rhyming. So at the end of that verse, supposed to be, right? Take a long O word and just throw it in there. Some way, somehow. Use your creativity. Don't be lazy. And association, okay? Association is pretty much like fire and heat and water and wet. That's the basic concept of it. It's a pretty simple thing to do, all right? We wrapping this lesson up with that at the end of the day. This is gonna be an ongoing workout session. When you come to these sessions, we getting that work in every trip. Don't forget to hit that link in the description for that Amazon Prime, so you can get that free 30-day trial. That stuff is very clutch right there, so tap inwardly, all right? Don't forget to hit the like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next episode. Y'all be good.